Hello all and welcome back to another wonderful Ponytown news update video. Today we have version 0.95.2. Now I'm going to do something a little bit different about this update because I didn't originally want to make a video about this update because it's kind of a small update if we're really being honest with ourselves. There's not really a whole lot going on. Obviously we have these fixes here and that's what's in 95.2, but really what we're talking about is 0.95.1. Now this update has seemingly a lot of things, but as you'll see, almost half of it is just fixes and optimization. Now, of course, another good chunk of it is literally just improvements and slight things that are very obvious what they are, such as increased brightness of large firefly lantern, or added showing toy preview and PNG and GIF exports and things like that. A lot of that stuff is very obvious. What some people probably have a little bit of confusion about is mostly this stuff up here, such as added the ability to sort characters by name, creation date, recently played, and so on, as well as added detail setting options for allow party invites, allow friend invites, and all these other things like this. There's another bit of confusion that is probably also happening because some of your settings involving friend requests and things like that have also been reset. Some of your settings are completely different than what they were before because they shuffled around the settings, and I guess because of that it ends up like changing your settings and things like that. For example, if I go into the game right now and then hop into the settings just like this, and then I hop in over to let's say the game tab, allow party invites from everyone, that's how it's always been, but allow friend invites from everyone, that is not how I normally have it. Normally I have this disabled so that literally nobody can friend request me. That's the thing, because I get spammed with friend requests all the time, so I don't like to have that on. But after the update, it automatically reset it to be allowed for everyone. So if you have stuff like this turned off, it's most likely reset to everyone. So that's an important thing to note, that you need to go through your settings all over again and reset all your settings back to the way that you like them, because a lot of your settings have changed, or maybe not necessarily a lot of your settings, but some of your settings have changed because of this update. Now, this is also really nice because it allows you to get friend requests from people that are in a party and no one else, or just everyone, or just nobody. I don't want friend invites from anyone. Party invites from friends. Maybe I only want to get party invites from people that I know, so I'll set that to friends or something. I'm gonna leave that to everyone because I don't care about that. But stuff like that. That's essentially what one of these changes are when it's talking about detailed setting options for allow invites, allow friend invites, allow give item request, and allow whispers and things like that. That's mostly what that is. I do find it a little bit funny, or at least a little bit strange that they call it a friend invite, because that's kind of technically true, but I feel like it's a friend request, not a friend invite, so that's kind of a whole thing there. But of course there's other settings and stuff there that have also changed. So if I go to the messaging tab here, you'll see this thing here, enable text expression for public and party messages. This is what it will be for by default. And what this does is if I leave it like that and I hit OK, and I just type in something like "oh whoa," as you'll see, it makes my face do an "oh whoa" face, because I typed in a characters like text or whatever that are a face. But if I go back to my settings and then go back to messaging and then go down to public and party and I set to no, if I enable text expression for no messages and then hit OK and then type in "oh whoa," my face will not do an "oh whoa." So what that is basically if you're trying to do some kind of cute little face like that, it's just not going to work anymore. So I don't know. I don't personally understand the whole reason for that. I guess maybe it's annoying for some people or something, so that's kind of a whole thing. But I'm personally just gonna leave it at all, because I love it when I can just type in "oh whoa" or something like that, and then boom, I'm doing an "oh whoa." So that's the other setting that has changed. Something else that, like I said at the beginning, you have this sort your characters by name, creation date, recently played, etc., stuff like that. This is also changed. If I go up here and try to look through my characters or whatever like that, obviously by default it's the same as it's always been. Things that you include at top will be at the top, and so on and so on. It'll be like kind of alphabetical order after that or whatever, and things like that. But you can also click this new button right here that's next to your hashtag, which is really the thing that you sort by tag. So I can sort through all my birthmarks or all my skelas or all my species or whatever else like that if I want to. That's an old thing that's been here forever, but I can also sort it by name, creation date, and recently played if I click the thing next to the hashtag, the weird little symbol there. So if I sort it by name, it'll be alphabetical, and of course it'll do symbols first, and things like that. Then it will do numbers after that, and then so on and so on. But if I sort it by creation date, you'll notice that it's kind of very different. So basically what it does is it takes your most recent characters that you created and puts them at the top, and the characters that you created way back in the day all the way at the bottom. So if I scroll all the way to the bottom, my oldest character is Birthmark. That is indeed correct. That was the first character I ever created in Ponytown. Then I created like Lockleaf and Sugar Cloud and Skella and everything like that. I'll explain why Skella isn't here at the bottom. And then I created like troll things like Controversy and Flat Earther and things like that to do for videos and stuff. And the Confess to Me was something that I enjoyed for a little while, but I don't do that anymore. But the thing about it is, you're probably wondering why Skella isn't here at the bottom, even though she was one of the earliest things that I created on my account. Well, if I show you an example here, let's pick the Roz. How about we pick Roz here? So if I click Roz and switch to this character, just a heads up here, everything I'm about to tell you is absolutely wrong, and I learned that for the first time while recording this. So I hope you enjoy the next like minute and a half of like, what the fuck is happening? Why isn't it working? And everything like that. I'm still confused on that, but I hope you'll enjoy the trip regardless. He's all different and everything. If I try to edit this character by pressing J on my keyboard or whatever else. So basically how it works is, if I edit this character, it will be considered a new creation. So if I go on here and I decide to, let's say, give him slightly different horns. That's right, his horns are going to be slightly less brown, just like that. And I hit save and play just like that. Boom, poof, he changes, he's slightly different. And now if I go up here to the characters and of course sort it by name and then go back to creation date and then scroll to the bottom, he's not supposed to be there anymore. But how about this? If I leave the game and then come back, will that fix it? That's supposed to like reset his position in the thing. Why didn't it reset his position? That's weird. Why didn't it do that? Maybe I deleted my original Skella. Maybe that's why Skella isn't down there. I don't know. Because, see, I literally have Skella Nymph right here. That was, like, one of the first versions of Skella that I made. So, like, I already had Skella by this time. Why isn't... That's really weird. Maybe because I changed the character before the update, so it's considered a different character or whatever. Like, see, here's my Skella Bone. She's, like, mostly the way at the top. So, like... Maybe that's why that's like that. I thought it was because if you edit the character, it's like considered a new creation date or whatever. That's really weird. See, so that even confused me, I guess. But see, I assumed that's how it worked because my Skella was at the top instead of at the bottom where she was supposed to be, even though she's been edited so much. But maybe it's because she was edited and changed and things like that before the update came out, so it was considered a new character or something. I don't know. But whatever the case is, you can also sort it by other things, such as recently played, which is a really nice thing. See, I was recently Skella Bones, and I was recently Roz and Veronica and Malzeno, Hot Vampire Dragon, and Human Skella. These are all characters that I were recently. So that's a fun little thing if you want to sort them by that, or of course you can leave it at default, which is honestly what I do, because why would I want it as anything else? Recently played is pretty useful though for certain things. But anyway, that is pretty much it. There's not really anything else that I feel like people are that confused about, or that isn't just automatically obvious, like changed off-screen messages to not appear in chat log. Honestly, I would call that a bug fix, not a change, but hey, whatever. It is technically a change, you know, stuff like that. And pretty much everything after this point is all very self-explanatory on what they are and what they do. And of course, the bug fixes up here in the 95.2 update obviously are, again, very obvious. So that should do it for the video. I hope that cleared up some confusion on what's going on with this update and why things are so weird and things like that, and why it doesn't seem like anything actually happened. It's because all of it is in your settings now, and there is a lot of settings that you can mess around with and stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was informative to some degree, and if you liked what you saw here, please do consider liking, subscribing, sharing, and doing all of those wonderful things like that. Because when you do those wonderful things like that, not only do you get access to wonderful content such as this, but you also get to become wonderful for yourself, and I think we all want that. So do those wonderful things, and until next time, stay wonderful.